We are fighting for our identity. We're fighting for solidarity and unification among all ethnicities. Afghan is an imposed identity from leadership at the top to non-Afghans. So this assimilation imposed from the top down is not acceptable by our new generation, and especially by people who study like me. We're not accepting this because this is a flaw, a misleading concept and identity. So we are antagonizing it, and we're fighting it. Conflict will come with a lack of knowledge, lack of professionalism, lack of hard work, and lack of commitment. Having said that, when you become a leader by example, it will be very easy to attract and impact other people by your actions, not your words. People listen to you and are following you because you are leaders. You lead by example. From my humble experience, I have experienced less conflict because we have to prevent conflict on a perpetual fashion. When you think about problems, you get problems. When you think about solutions, you will get solutions. Therefore, you are always moving in the direction of your thinking. In this sense, our mindset should be positive, constructive, and optimistic. So that's why we experience a lack of conflict, and we do not need to manage those conflicts. That is the mindset we basically set and we operate, and that's why we have limited conflicts, and we do not have a team to manage the conflicts, because every day we are paying the price. Every day we discipline our disappointment, and every day we are working hard. When you are working hard, I promise you, there is no room for making mistakes or conflicts. As I said, conflicts come from a lack of commitment. So we are fully all in. We are fully in charge, and we are fully in a power position. So we do not let any conflicts happen in our workplace, institutions, organizations, in our team, and so on and so forth. In a tribal society, democratization or democracy is not a remedy. Democracy is a big threat and challenge for a tribal state. So tribal societies are based on jingoism, based on principles a man designed. So when we established USDFK, we had a lot of verbal threats and a lot of threats from Afghans or Pashtuns, Taliban, and other terror groups. We are receiving a lot of messages, and our family has been traumatized as a result. So that's why it is a very tough mission, a very challenging responsibility we got. Basically, we established a government against Talibanization, against the Emirate of Taliban. They are antagonizing us, fighting us, threatening us, and they send a lot of messages. And we have a lot of examples. Even my personal security is in jeopardy. When it comes to a pluralistic society, there is people and the citizens making decisions. We have referendums, elections, and a voting system. But in order to bring a grand paradigm shift in our society, you need to pay the price. We pay the price. Do you think Martin Luther King Jr., when he said, "I have a dream," was it easy? It was not easy.
امروز حقانی‌ها را جوابش دادیم، امروز طالبان را جوابش ندادیم. حالا کس ایالات متحده خراسان که هست آمده در صحنه آمده، حالا کس کلمه تانم بخوانید، دیگه ما شوخی نداریم.
So we're not afraid of challenges. We are not afraid of being threatened. We have to deconstruct these premises. We have to deconstruct clericalism and traditionalism in order to establish a modern state everyone can enjoy. And that's our aim. And we are proud to say this. And of course, there will always be challenges and animosity. But we have designed our mindset to fight and to defeat it no matter how. Therefore, we have a complex conviction in our hearts that we will prevail. Our conflicts, if you put it in a historical context, is ethnicity or ethnical conflicts. When we address equality both as an opportunity and equal rights and equal opportunity, I think there would not be any conflicts. It's all about the distribution of power and the delegation of power, the devotion of power. So how we distribute the power and delegate the power for all ethnicities inside Khorasan. If you go a little back to Sasanian dynasty, that was the center of civilization. Those days, despite it was not a nation state, they built a sort of national nation states. So the equal rights and opportunity has been implemented in Sasanian dynasty, and we have a lot of solidarity in our history, a lot of unification in our history. We have been fragmented society since the tribe of Afghan came in 1747 and the conflict started. The Afghan Pashtun or Pathan tribe came from Iran. After the Nader Afshar passed away or killed, Ahmad Khan Abdali or Ahmad Shah Durrani, the dynasty of Muhammad Zia or Durrani dynasty, came to Khorasan. They had learned the Persian language and had adapted to our culture. They learned a lot. But from the 19th century, the real problem started. The discrimination, nationalism, jingoism, and fascism. The hegemonism of Pashtun dominated our society, and everything had gone from bad to worse. Till now, we are paying the price. So, we learn from those mistakes, and we make sure we, as Persian Khorasani, will not repeat the same mistakes as Afghans, Pashtuns did in the past. In a sense, we are in a power position. There is no government in Khorasan, only we have a democratic elected government, which is USDFK. So, we make sure that all ethnicities, rights, and security are protected. And that's why we will face conflict. There is no doubt, because we are a tribal society, a post-conflict society. It's very, very difficult. But we know where is the big mistake. We know where is the big issue, and we can handle, we can address, we can maintain, and we can put it in the right place. So that's our experience and mission. I have a range of legends and heroes who inspired me a great deal. I was inspired by Martin Luther King Jr., John C. Maxwell, George Washington, and many more.
And overall, Emmy John, I have been inspired by myself as well. And I really, really respect myself. And also, I am being inspired, and also motivated, and by myself. And I'm proud to be someone who leads me. That's myself as well. Please add these words in your interview as well. Mm-hmm. I was not partially, and I was fully inspired by your character, Emmy, as well. This hangs in my heart for so many reasons. First of all, the level of education you have in our society is priceless. The humbleness, the character, is second to none. And also your tough experience is absolutely miraculous. And also the ambition, the dream, the plan you have is inspiring as well, So that is why we have rarely, like you as a scholar and a mother, a leader, educator, limited. You know that, I know that in our society. And I am very, very proud to have this interview with you. And you are also, a source of my inspirations, educations, and motivations. Hands in my heart. That was the words came from my heart.
بی تو همیشه با هم شانه به شانه گشتم عشق یگانه ای من از تو نشانه ای من بی تو نمک نداره شعر و ترانه سرزمین من خسته خسته از جفایت سرزمین من به سرود و به صدای سرزمین من دردمند و به دوای سرزمین من سرزمین من